Now let's do one more. Annie, you want to pick one? We have 2 more left. Okay, so you divided by 5, right, to get to 5 tenths. Can that be reduced any more? Do you think that could be reduced any more, Jeremy? Yeah. Okay, want to show us how it can be reduced more? All the way down to 1/2. So Ani had the right idea, and she did it right, but it could just be reduced even more. And we see that 5/10 is still 1/2, right? Yeah. Okay, so our last one, 6/8. We want to do 5 being divided by your greatest common factor of 2, and you got 3/4. So are these fractions, these reduced fractions, are these still the same as the original fraction? Gustavo?
Yes.
Okay, can you show us how they're the same? Do you think you could show us like a picture or?
Well, they're just cut in half.
They're cut in half.
Yeah,
okay. So do you think you could show us for 2/4 in a picture how that would be shown? How 1/2 is still the same as 2/4?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so he's showing here, this shows 2/4. Say this is the pieces of pie. It shows 2/4 of the pieces of pie. And this shows half of the pie. It's still the same thing, right? It's still showing the same picture as half, right? Okay, so now we're going to go on. Oops. Let's see if I can cancel this out a little bit. Okay, so in your groups, you're going to have situations, and they're going to tell you how to make the pizza in a situation. So if mine said that 6 or 8 of the 12 pieces of pizza we wanted covered in peppers, I would have to cover 8 of these 12 pieces of pizza in peppers, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to count out 8 pieces. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm just going to cover these in green peppers. You can do it however you want. I'm just going to draw them on like this. So we set it over here. So this is showing that they're all covered in green peppers, right? And what can 8/12 be reduced to? What can 8/12 be reduced to, Gustavo?
1/3.
How many?
1/3.
Let's think about it. What do we have to divide 8/12 by? Okay. 2/3, right? So this, see how this shows 2/3 of the pizza? This is half right here. This is right in half, and it's a little more than half, right? So and that's what 2/3 is. So the 2/3 is still 8/12 of the piece of pizza, right? Right. Okay, so now in your groups, what you guys are going to do, one person from each of your groups, so we'll decide maybe the oldest person in your group is going to come up and get 3 pieces of pizza, or 3 pizza pies, and an envelope with your 3 situations in them, and you're going to bring those back to your group. And your group each has a bunch of colored markers, crayons, colored pencils, and each student, each one of you, is going to pick out a single color, and that's going to be your color for the whole time during group work. And when you get you have a worksheet on your desk, I want you to write your name and the color you have on your worksheet. And you're going to do this because this is you have to answer at least one question on your worksheet, everyone in your group, in your color. Okay, so this will show me that you answered at least one question on your worksheet. Okay? And the worksheets are already on your table. So if can someone repeat the directions to me? So what are we going to do? Okay, Reese, what are we going to do? Good. And you're going to make sure to write your name with the color marker on your sheet of paper. That way I know what color you did. And make sure also to get 3 pizza pies. Okay? And then as you're doing the situations, you're going to fill out the questions on your worksheet. Okay? So why don't we have someone
What fraction of the whole pizza is covered in pepperoni? That's the first one. What fraction of That's easy though. So in this situation, it's easy. It's just 1/2. So the half pizza would be the other pizza would be He's 6 out of 12 is 1/2. How can this situation be written as a fraction?
1/2. Because 6/12 can be divided by 6. And 12 can be divided by 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. And then 12 divided by 6 is 2. So it would probably be...
It would be 6/12
No, 6/12 divided by 2. No, by 6.
There's no number. I didn't get what So what you're going to do is you're going to do each situation.
There was something, I didn't see that there's something in there.
Answer the question for each situation. Okay. So once you agree these will make
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know there was something in there. Okay. Johnny comes into your pizza shop. He wants 6 of the pizza.
You don't want what you did on those 2. You're going to answer all the questions. Okay, Joel, you want to go up and show us? Bring your pizza up too, then. You can just explain to us first, okay?
Well, for the first situation, Johnny wanted half of his pizza covered with pepperoni and the other half was with pepper. So that's what I did. Half of it was covered with pepperoni and the other half was pizza. It asked if you could reduce it, and I put yes. And 6 and 12. 6 and 12, you can divide it by 6, and you get 1.
Good. Okay, very good. So how is how is the reduced fraction shown in your pizza that you drew? And how is that shown in your pizza? Is half of your pizza? Yeah. That's okay, go ahead.
It's shown with the circles of pepperonis and then the lines.
And is 1/2 of the pizza covered in pepperoni and the other green peppers? Okay, good. All right, now let's have someone from another group do our second situation. Okay, Autumn. I picked this group because they noticed something right away about the second situation.
Our situation was that Johnny's brother Ronnie said he wanted his pizza to be half pepperoni and half green peppers. So we used the same pizza because it was the same one from situation 1. And half of it's covered with pepperoni and half is green pepper. And it asked us what fraction of the whole pizza is covered in pepperoni and what fraction is in green pepper. And we said it was 6/12. And the equivalent fraction is 1/2, which is the same thing. And it said, did you have to change your pizza at all? And we said no, because it's the same fraction.
Good. So this group noticed, I know some of the groups noticed this too, but they noticed right away before they even made the second pizza that they didn't have to do anything different from the first pizza pie, because the first one asked for 6 of the 12 slices to be covered in pepperonis and green peppers, and this one just said half, and they realized that half was the same thing as the 6/12. Okay, good job, guys. And now let's do our last situation. Who wants to talk about the last one? Okay, Reese, go ahead.
Covered 8 of the pieces of pizza with pepperoni. Then the last 4 pieces of pizza was just plain cheese.
And so how is that? So what was the reduced fraction? What did you reduce your fraction to?
We reduced it. We did 8 12s, then 4 12s, then 2 6, then 1/3.
Good. Okay. So how is this shown in your pizza? How did you show it? How is your reduced fraction shown in your pizza? So like before, how we were able to show how the half is shown in the pizza, how were we able to show it? Okay.
That's 6/12. And that's 2/3.
Okay, so but the original fraction, I think it was 8/12, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
Then 4 12s.
Yeah.
and so then that first pizza pie shows the reduced fraction. Right? Okay, good. Okay, so now before we do our IXL assignment, I just want each of you to take out a piece of paper and write your name on the piece of paper, and I want you to tell me how well your group worked together on a scale of 1 to 10. So 10 being your group worked really well together, 1 being you guys did not work well together at all. Okay? And then once you're all done with that, you can open up your computers to work on the IXL assignment, AA4.
One way to do it. Like it's 1, 2, 3. 20 times. That's 5 times.